the majority of it was done in the car while we were
Like,
traveling.
while you're driving?
While we were
Not
driving.
while she was driving. I was driving. Well, we actually right now are at the kind of the tail end of another cross-country camping trip from Ohio out to the San Francisco Bay Area. And when we woke up the next morning, what we realized was when we look out our front door, we're looking right at the jetty.
Oh, wow.
It was like we couldn't have had a better spot.
That's awesome.
So,
But I was actually very pleased with how it came out, considering the car was moving.
Yeah. Now, what Hebrew word is that? I'm just kidding.
the museum they have there basically helps you to understand the Homesteading Act.
Well, it's good to have you guys back, David and Cheryl, and I'm Steve, and this is Colleen. And we can truly say, hey, it's been a while.
Yeah,
and
that's
because
true.
it has been. You guys were among the first to brave this little endeavor of ours, and we really, really appreciate it. So we're going to do it again. Liked it so much. So we wanted to. We talked about, Cheryl, some of your artwork. Before we get into that, I do want to ask you guys what you've been up to for the last. Has it been 3 months, 4 months since you were here? September?
I think
No, you were here. You were like March or April, weren't you?
I would have to look it up to know for sure.
But back then,
yeah, it was a while. It's several months ago, let's say.
Yeah.
Well, we actually right now are at the kind of the tail end of another cross-country camping trip from Ohio out to the San Francisco Bay Area, and now heading back to Ohio.
Now you go out there for family, right?
Our kids and our grandkids live in El Cerrito, which is kind of right near Oakland and Berkeley,
Okay.
in California.
Okay.
And so we spent 3 weeks with them.
Nice.
And on this trip, we took 2 weeks to go out, and we're taking 2 weeks to go back, making a total of 7 weeks, and stopping off at a number of different places, including on the way out, a few nights in El Paso, Texas for Cheryl's 50th high school reunion
Oh, neat.
that she had down there.
Wow, how
It
fun.
was a lot of fun.
What percentage of the class made it back to the reunion?
Oh, maybe a fifth.
Fifth, yeah. I don't know what
Something
the
like
national
that.
average is for reunions for 50th.
Yeah.
But that sounds pretty good. That sounds like a good.
Yeah.
How big was your class? Or, well, how many were in the fifth?
Well, the class was around 600.
Oh, okay. It was a
I think,
good sized
yeah.
class.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there was 100 and something people
A little
there.
over 100, I
Nice.
think, yeah.
Yeah, and a number of them had been coming to all the reunions.
Wow.
This was the first one that I went to.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a lot of fun. There was a few people that I had reconnected with through Facebook.
Sure. Yeah.
But most of them I hadn't been in contact with at all since those
Yeah.
high school days. And it was just like, they had the pictures
Uh-huh.
of us from high school on the name tags.
Yeah.
And so you look at the name tag and it's like, I remember that name. I remember that face.
Yeah.
I remember you.
You've changed just a little. Yeah,
You used to have hair.
Yeah. Guilty as charged.
Yeah.
Actually, I lost mine when I was a young guy, about 20, so I didn't have it for very long. So anyway, it is what it is.
I started to get a what I called a skunk stripe.
Oh.
I had real long hair, like
Mhm.
a lot of people did back then,
Yeah.
and I had a thin stripe of gray.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, I've never grayed. At least not up here. I love it. So what are some of the sites you saw along the way? And by the way, Cheryl, you're going to be kind of working on this as we go, and you're going to be showing us some of your work, so we're going to look forward to that. But what were some of the sites you saw along the way? And did you see grandkids too? Were they part of the picture?
Yeah, the grandkids are a boy and a girl, twins. They're 4 years old.
Nice.
And we stop at national parks and places like that. I have to sort of refer to my itinerary to be able to give you any kind of details. But
anything stand out as being?
Well,
I'm really glad we did this.
A couple of places actually. I'll show you the one with the cactuses. We stayed at a place near Saguaro National Park.
Yeah.
And the place that we stayed in was, what did we finally decide? National Forest Service property?
Yeah.
National Forest Service property. Just surrounded by cactuses.
Mm-hmm. The saguaro cactuses, the real big ones?
Yeah, the kind that you usually associate with, from the westerns and stuff like that.
If you want to, send me that and I'll put it up here.
Okay.
Yeah. So send me a couple of those and
sure, I can do that.
And we'll talk through them. Yeah, that's great.
There were there's Cheryl. This cactus.
Now that's being brave. Put your elbow on a cactus.
Well, it's actually slightly above it. Yeah.
Okay.
This cactus, we estimated that this cactus, even though it's on the short side, is probably about the same age as Cheryl.
Really?
Cactuses, and we didn't know this till we went to the national park. Cactuses don't start growing their arms until they're between 80 and 100 years old.
Right.
Can you imagine if that was the same for humans?
Yeah, that would be that would be something.
Armless till we're 150.
Yeah. This was.
Anything.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. The sunset picture. So that was one of the really nice places we stopped at.
How long did you get to stay there?
We were there a couple of nights. We were there 2 nights.
Yeah.
Were there other places on the way out, Cheryl, that stood out for you? It was mainly visiting with people plus her high school reunion.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, the kids and the grandkids.
Yeah.
We did stay at a place that had another nice sunset.
Man, that's amazing.
View.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty amazing.
Looks like 2 suns going down.
It does. Just the way the clouds and the reflections were.
Yeah. Very nice.
There's a place called the Spiral Jetty.
Spiral Jetty. I
Yeah.
have not heard of that.
You want to explain, Cheryl? While I find the...
it's on the Great Salt Lake.
Okay.
And I don't remember when it was done. It was many years ago.
That's where the sunset was.
An artist.
Oh, wow.
Do you see the
Yeah,
spiral
I see
there?
the spiral, yeah.
That's 1,500 feet long if you stretched it out straight.
Wow. Good grief.
An artist.
Is that rocks?
Yeah.
Volcanic
Okay.
rock.
Well, it's volcanic rock. An artist many years ago decided to make this jetty in a spiral.
Mm-hmm.
And he brought in the rock and they, put the rock down in a spiral. It's kind of like a labyrinth
Mhm.
kind of a thing.
Sure.
And over the years, depending on the level of the lake, at times, when he first put it in, it was the top of it was above the lake,
Okay.
but it was surrounded by lake. And then over the years, there were times when it was totally submerged
Huh.
and you couldn't see it.
Yeah.
And then there's times like right now where with the droughts, the lake has retreated so far that it's totally dry around it.
Wow.
And so you can see the whole
So
whole
interesting.
thing.
Yeah, I had never heard of that. Now, how did you guys hear about that?
She's
Just research?
saw it on the map.
Yeah.
I love looking at maps,
Uh-huh.
and I just saw this Spiral Jetty that just intrigued me, so I looked it up.
Yeah.
I said, hey, let's go here.
Very cool. Did you camp there too, or is there a place to camp, or you just went and visited it?
Well, we spent a couple of nights there. They have a parking lot that you're allowed to camp in.
Oh, okay. Very
And
nice.
we got there at night. It was dark, and so I was using the little headlamp thing, and Cheryl we were trying to figure out where to put the camper.
Yeah.
So we positioned the camper in what looked like a nice spot. And when we woke up the next morning, what we realized was when we look out our front door, we're looking right at the jetty.
Oh, wow.
It was like we couldn't have had a better spot.
That's awesome.
So,
man, that's great.
there was another place, and this one was Wyoming,
Mhm.
and you drive up kind of the mountain, and the camp spots are right near the you can get pretty close to the edge depending
Yeah.
upon how brave you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not that brave anymore. I
Yeah.
used to be.
Well, it was.
Uh,
There's where's the other one that well, it's a nice shot of there was a little town down
oh,
below.
okay. That's neat. Huh.
Uh,
It's pretty.
but you could look out, literally see for well, one of the reviews we read said that you could see 70 miles
Wow.
because of how high up you were. You could see 70 miles away. I don't know if it was 70 miles, but
Yeah.
that was what that person had said. So.
You didn't have Cheryl walk out 70 miles.
Well,
so
you know, the tape measure wasn't long enough.
I love it. I love it. Well, how fun. So do you use your grandkids as your excuse to go see this stuff, or do you go?
Well, that's
Is it vice
sort of
versa?
the bigger, the main motivation for traveling across the country is the grandkids, and
Mhm. Yeah.
while we're doing it, we like to explore the country,
Yeah.
see what there is to see.
Yeah, that's awesome. What a treat. Both, all the above. So do the grandkids ever come out your way? Do they travel RV, or do they just fly? It's kind of hard when
Yeah.
you have young kids.
Yeah, they haven't done a lot of traveling. I know that they did take a road trip to visit with some of their mom's
Mm-hmm.
relatives in, I think it was Idaho. And I think after doing that road trip, they decided it was going to be a while before they did another one.
Oh man, no kidding. You said the kids are 4?
It had its
Yeah,
stresses.
yeah.
It had its stresses.
Oh yeah.
So the traveling is a challenge with the kids. So
Yep.
we usually end up doing most of the traveling out there.
Which isn't all bad.
Yeah.
This is all
No,
bad.
not at all. Not at
So
all.
you're still practicing clinical psychology? Do I have that
Yeah,
right?
that's right. That's
Okay.
right.
And you're able to do that from the road? And
Yeah,
From
yeah.
spiral jetties? And
Well, not from Spiral Jetty because there was no
No internet.
absolutely no connection.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely not. But yeah, I've been able to maintain communication, having sessions with my patients while we've been traveling.
And while you're traveling, Cheryl's working on her artwork.
Yep.
Now I can't remember. I should have watched the last video again. Do you sell any of this? Or do you just do it as a hobby?
My main source of selling these days is through our temple gift shop.
Okay.
And mostly what they sell is my note cards.
Okay.
Although they recently sold one of my original pieces.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
yeah.
Oh, that's
That
cool.
was good.
And this is back in Ohio.
Mhm.
You're a Jewish temple, right?
Right.
Yes, awesome. Okay. Now there's the big white elephant in the room is you're Jewish. We come from more of a Christian background, and we've got a wall full of crosses. And I just thought, as I saw that, as I was setting up the cameras, I thought,
This is your home.
Yeah,
You
well, we
should have
appreciate your
it
graciousness.
decorated the way you want, and that kind of thing.
Yeah, and I know your faith is extremely, extremely important to
Yeah.
you, and that's awesome. So that is very awesome. So we appreciate that, and we appreciate that. I know it's been some tough times with all the stuff going on in the world. Has that affected you guys at all, or other than? Can I ask that question? You still have right of refusal on any questions.
Yeah.
So
Well, when you say has it affected us, in what way were you thinking?
just in emotional, that there just seems to be kind of a tug against, in many places, especially the bigger cities, against the Jewish folks. And if I'm saying anything wrong,
Yeah.
please.
No. There's been actually over the last few years a very significant increase in anti-Semitic
Mhm.
activities.
Yeah.
I don't have my fingers on the exact numbers,
Yeah.
but I know that of the hate crimes that are committed, the largest portion are against Jews,
Yeah.
and Jews are the smallest percentage of the population.
Wow.
So it's affected, for example, the way temples and synagogues conduct their business.
Sure.
There's almost always police officers there.
Yeah.
There are safety and security plans in place.
Mm-hmm.
So there has been a lot of changes made to sort of quote unquote harden
Mm-hmm.
the environment of the
Right.
synagogue
Yeah.
to make it harder. I mean, in the worst scenario, harder for a shooter, for example, to make his
Sure.
way. I suppose I should say his or her, although for the most part it's him's.
Yeah.
Make his way inside,
Mm-hmm.
and just in terms of the various events that have occurred, it's always difficult to hear about another one.
Yeah.
Or to read about, especially when these kind of things happen either locally or in Israel, it affects us.
Mm-hmm.
I think when we talked last time, we might have mentioned that we had spent about 5 or 6 weeks in Israel, living in Jerusalem for 4 weeks.
Wow.
Just before the COVID-19 hit the United States.
Yeah.
Cheryl lived in Israel for 5 years,
Oh, okay.
right
Yeah.
after college.
I remember that, yeah.
And so things that happen in Israel affect us both,
Sure.
not just because as Jews we kind of identify with Israel, but also from having been there and so forth.
Do you have family back in Israel still?
I don't have family in Israel. You have some friends still.
I have friends there.
Were any of them touched directly by the
The October 7th.
October 7th? Thank you. Yeah.
Not directly, but
Indirectly, I'm sure it was
but
still
indirectly.
severe. Yeah.
Just by, friends of friends.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. Well, your resilience is amazing. And
Thank you.
appreciate you guys and appreciate you being open and sharing. So I really do. Don't want to harbor on the negative. Nothing negative about the Jewish faith by any means. But let's learn a little bit about what you're doing and maybe you can tell us a little bit about what you sell at the temple. And Colleen reminded me the other day, we've got one of your note cards just displayed right out there in our kitchen. So I had forgotten about that. And she said, yeah.
She actually has some more for you to look through when we're done.
Oh, cool. Okay. Cool. Yeah, show us what you're working on and show us some of your work.
What I'm working on right now is something that I have a number of pieces that I've done like this, where I have an English word and a Hebrew word intertwined.
Oh, cool.
So I have, this one I've just started working on. It takes a while to figure out the design of it, and then I have to come up with how I'm going to decorate it.
What's the Hebrew word? My English is a lot better than my Hebrew. The English well, you know what? I'm going to take pictures of these if you're okay with that.
Sure.
And we'll just pull them into the video.
So the English is life,
and
the Hebrew is chai.
Hi.
Yeah. So you may have heard l'chaim, which means to life.
Okay.
Is
it a blessing? Essentially,
it's like when someone says cheers when you're about to drink something.
Yeah, drink. Yeah.
Okay.
You say l'chaim.
L'chaim.
And
that's cool.
In Hebrew, every letter of the alphabet is associated with a number.
Okay.
So it's kind of like if A is 1 and B is 2 and C is 3, kind of like that. So the letters for chai add up to 18. So a lot of times Jews will give gifts or donations in the equivalent of 18 or multiples of 18, like 18, 36,
sure,
etc. So chai and chaim both mean life.
Okay.
For some reason, in Hebrew, frequently instead of saying chai, which means life, it's said as chaim, which is the plural.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, which is why they say l'chaim, to life, to lives.
To lives. Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So anyways, I'm working on decorating this. I have a previous version that I did, but then I decided it was too busy and too hard to read.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
that is cool though.
So I decided to redo it and
sure. Yeah.
and just making it simpler.
Now, what happens next? Is this going to be photographed and once you're done with it and put on a note card or?
Yeah, once I'm done with it, I'll photograph it and put it into my computer and put it onto note cards.
Okay.
And I'll also frame it.
Sure.
And put it on the wall.
Is your house full of these?
I have a gallery actually.
At your house or somewhere else? At the temple?
We have a building that we own.
Okay.
And it's we live at a strip mall.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's sort of like, remember in the olden days when people used to live above the store?
Yeah.
It's sort of that kind of idea.
Okay.
Where we'll own this building, and one side of the building is David's psychology office.
Okay.
I have an art gallery, and I have a studio where I work, make
Sure.
things.
Uh-huh.
And we have a massage therapist who rents space.
She
for
rents
us.
one of the offices. And,
Okay.
And then we have a little storage room where you walk through and enter into our apartment.
Okay.
So we
Oh,
live
how
next to
interesting.
the store instead of
Yeah, I love it.
above
I love
it.
it. I love alternative housing like that. I just think that's so
Yeah.
cool. You just come up with something like that. That's neat. So did you have a regular house before that?
Yeah, we had.
Not that that's not regular, but
Yeah, well, yeah, we had lived in kind of a decent sized 4-bedroom house.
Mhm.
Raised the kids there.
Yeah.
And it was in a suburban area of Akron. And the kids were off to college, they went to grad school, they
Mhm.
moved out to California, they established their lives, and
Sure.
the two of us were kind of rattling around this oversized house, and we started talking about, downsizing and so forth, and originally in the building that we had purchased, originally, I had my office and her art gallery and so forth. We had kind of, redone it after we bought the building.
Yeah.
And then there was another section that was about 1,200 square feet that was being rented as a beauty salon.
Mhm.
And around the time we started talking about downsizing, the various hairdressers there sort of had a falling out where they weren't getting along so well, I guess,
Yeah.
and they kind of went their separate ways.
Huh.
And so rather than try to re-rent the space, we kind of saw it as an opportunity and converted that to a residential apartment.
Nice.
Added a 3-season room on the back and a garage on the back. And that was how we ended up living next to our workspace.
That is so cool. I love it. So do you sell stuff out of your gallery or is it mostly display?
Mostly display.
She doesn't like business.
I'm not much of a business person, and I have sold some things there,
Yeah.
but I don't really push it.
So you're not into this for the sales, you're into it because you just love doing it?
Yeah.
Is that a fair statement?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Well, show some of your other things and we'll take a picture of those too.
So the main piece of art that I actually have in here is this.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
And I started this the first day of our trip,
Mm-hmm.
and the majority of it was done in the car while we were traveling.
While you're driving?
While we were
Not
driving.
while she was driving, I was driving.
He was
Okay.
yeah.
But nonetheless, I'd be like this if it were me. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
He was driving, and the car was moving, and I was drawing.
That is incredible.
And kind of fun little fact was about 5-6 days into the trip, I had the first flower
Mm-hmm.
partially done, maybe mostly done,
Yeah.
but I hadn't done any of the rest of it yet. I had it kind of the location of the other flowers sketched out, but I
Mm-hmm.
hadn't done any of the rest of it yet. And we stayed with someone who had sunflowers.
Oh, how fun.
So
How fun.
it was kind of fun seeing the sunflowers. I was able to examine what the stem and leaves look like.
Sure.
My leaves don't really look like sunflower leaves. I took artistic license, just because I wanted to
It's yours.
It's
Yeah.
mine, yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
But I was actually very pleased with how it came out, considering the car was moving.
Yeah. Now, what Hebrew word is that? I'm just kidding. Do you have anything else you can show us, or is it more works in progress? Which you can
The
show
rest
us
is-
too.
I forgot this was in here. Actually, I do have something else in here. This is
Oh, yeah.
a Hamsa,
Hamsa. Okay.
which comes from the Arabic word for 5.
Okay.
The Hebrew word for 5 is chamesh, which is very similar.
Okay.
And a Hamsa is for good luck,
Okay.
and they are sometimes created with the fingers face up,
Mm-hmm.
so that you will, I can't remember how this, the fingers up so you will catch the good luck.
Huh.
Sometimes it's drawn with the fingers down so that,
Bad luck drains away, maybe.
I can't remember. But sometimes,
Maybe you're holding luck. I don't know.
I can't remember.
Interesting. And I noticed the inside of the picture that you can, at the lower part, you can just see the faint. Are those buildings or?
Yeah, frequently a Hamsa will have an eye in the middle,
Mm-hmm.
so it's against the evil eye.
Okay.
And
Did you hear
then,
that? She gives me the evil eye a lot. I
and
deserve
I'm
it.
just gonna get them.
then the rest of the design is, there's probably other symbols that are traditional,
Mm-hmm.
but I chose to do, this particular one is the bottom part.
Mm-hmm.
The bottom part is kind of a symbolic Jerusalem.
Okay.
And then right above the eye is kind of a Jerusalem at night.
Okay. Oh, okay.
And then above that is kind of a quilt-like
Mm-hmm.
area of just different Jewish symbols.
So Hamza, right?
Hamsa.
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 Will they all look a little different, or do they all have the same symbols in the same
No,
places?
they're all totally different.
Okay.
Well, the only thing
Yeah.
in common is the hand look.
And
Yeah, that would
okay.
be in common.
Okay.
And they'll all, even the hand is shaped different.
Mhm.
Sometimes it'll have like kind of a thumb sticking out like this, and
Yeah.
and sometimes they'll have that shape on both sides.
Huh.
Um,
So where does that come from? I mean, is there a history on the Hamsa as far as?
from the Middle East.
Mm-hmm.
It's
It's
not.
not unique to the Jewish tradition.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
an Arab tradition as well.
Okay. Very interesting. I mean, I just
Look it
wonder. Yeah, I'll have to look that up. I just wondered where, who came up with that. This.
Yeah.
Just be
That would be an
interesting to know a little bit of
interesting question. I mean,
little bit of
I'm
history.
sure if you poke around, you
Oh, yeah.
find it. But yeah, I don't know where.
Probably get 10 different,
this-
Yeah.
100
Well-
different websites with 200 different
There
explanations.
could be different. Yeah, there
Yeah.
could be a number of different explanations.
So interesting. Yeah, I've never heard of that. See, I learned so much with these things. So, anything else, or I know you're going to show us some cards, note cards a little later. If you wanted to, we could take a look at those if you want, or we can wait till later. And I would like to take some pictures of some of them and put them on video.
Yeah, well, I've got a
Oh
whole
my
pile.
goodness!
She's got just a couple.
Wow. Now, let me know your process for the note card. You said you take a picture of it, put it on your computer. Do you send it to a company that then makes them?
She
You
prints
you
them.
print
I
them.
myself.
She prints them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Now, are they just blank inside, or do you come up with sayings? Or?
They're blank inside.
You should know. We've got a couple.
Well, I know, but I don't have that many.
But I gave you a pile to look through.
Right.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
It's been a while. Our memory only goes back so far, you know. Yesterday. So
I know that.
are those all different then?
There's duplicates of
Yeah.
some.
Okay. So your printer goes with you? I take it?
No,
Oh, it doesn't.
I printed them all at home.
Oh, back at your
Before,
apartment?
yeah,
Oh,
before we
okay.
left.
Okay. All right. Because that's a lot of them to have left. So that's
Well, places that we've stayed, I've offered them to people.
Yeah.
I've taken a few, and
yeah, that's
a
very
few
good.
here, a few there.
Yeah. You must have had a nice size. Probably getting a lot better gas mileage going back with all the weight. So we had some, the reason I asked about the printer, we had a couple that quilts, and they were here to see the quilting museum, and they invited us into their RV, and everything is quilts. I mean, everything is just one quilt. It's really cool. So, but they travel with their quilting equipment. So,
Okay.
so they actually have it all partitioned and organized. I mean, it was probably smaller. Yours isn't a super small trailer. It's not huge.
Well, yeah, it's a 19-foot fiberglass.
Yeah, it's not a huge one.
No,
Theirs was smaller than that. And they
Oh,
still had,
smaller than that?
Yeah,
No
they still had
kidding.
quilting
Wow.
stuff in there.
Wow.
So it was quite I don't know how they did it.
Yeah.
So anyway, I know you guys are all about kindness and being kind to each other. They really had to be kind. But he quilted along with her. They tag team on it. So that was really cool.
Well,
So I'd expect to see some note cards from you next time you're here.
Yeah, I don't know that there's a high probability of that happening.
You've seen his artwork. Oh, I love it. So you're on your way back to Ohio, back home.
Yep.
In the Akron area. You're going to winterize, and when are you going to take off again? When are we going to see you again?
Yeah, well, we haven't really quite got the next trip planned out, but
Yeah.
got to get through one before we start laying out details of another one.
Now, I probably did ask this question. Have you ever thought about full timing it? And is that just not interested?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've read articles about it and so forth.
Yeah.
I can see traveling for 2, 3, even 4 months.
Yeah.
But I don't know that I would be able to do full time.
You still like to be home.
I like to have a base.
Yeah.
Home base.
I get it. So you probably through your temple and through the faith have a lot of friends, I would assume, in the area, and that probably is something that draws you back. I would assume that's a big assumption, but
Yeah.
so. Have you met any interesting characters besides us? I don't know how interesting we are, but certainly got the character part down. So, any interesting characters along the way that just kind of stand out?
Well, I think most of the people we meet, in their own way are interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Different, just in different ways. I think the guy whose place we stayed at just before here was a hoot to talk to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
he was.
It kind of reminds. There was another person who had that same kind of characteristic of just being a hoot to talk to. I can't think of any other word to describe it.
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember though. I can't remember exactly where it was, but just had a kind of a similar personality or something,
Yeah.
and.
Yeah. Now this is a Boondocker. Did you
Yeah,
say?
that the one before here was a Boondockers welcome site,
Mhm.
and I think the other guy was too, and sometimes we meet people at other places as well.
Sure. Yeah. Now this is a weird question that just came to mind. have you ever sat down and thought about the Boondockers welcome hosts and kind of see a thread that maybe they're similar in their character? I mean, I'm not a hoot to talk to, I get that. But but is there something that you see that most Boondockers have? Because, you know, my wife thinks it's a disease that I invite strangers to stay in her backyard. Although she's very nice and she loves them too. But when I first mentioned it, she definitely thought it was a disease. But what is there anything that maybe we have in common as hosts?
Well, I think that there are some common features. I mean, you know, at a very basic level, most Boondocker welcome hosts are interested in RVing. You know, most of them have an RV of some sort. Most of them have done, have done, you know, that kind of traveling.
We have done it though.
Yeah. You know, I think that they also have an interest in meeting a variety of people, and usually are interested in you know, getting to know people with different perspectives and so forth, and different experiences. You know, although there's a certain similarity because everyone who makes use of your Boondocker site are RVers, which gives them, you know, something in common.
Sure.
We're all different.
Yeah,
you know? We have different backgrounds, different experiences, that kind of thing. And so I think the hosts enjoy that aspect.
Oh, I do. I love it. Yeah.
So I guess that would be what would occur to me. What about you, Cheryl?
People person.
Kind of people. Yeah. So I've said this before to other people. I don't think I did to you. I'm very much an introvert, generally speaking. I consider her an introvert, and when we have RV guests, we totally flip-flop. So I become the extrovert, and she's more the introvert. Because I don't. Have you said anything tonight? Okay.
Not much.
So, but if, like, after our church service or whatever the case might be, she's the last one, I have to drag her out. She's talking to people. Sometimes it's me. Usually it's her. So anyway, well, neat. Well, any Boondocker experiences, any other experiences than this trip that kind of stand out as something that, any fun stories like the sunflowers or anything you can think of? And I know it's getting a little bit late. Probably need to let you guys, you're taking off in the morning?
Yeah, tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Headed to Iowa?
We'll have a stop off in Iowa, and then we're going to spend a couple of nights. Actually, it's a couple that we met. I think when we did our first video with you, we talked about taking a cruise up to Alaska.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a couple that we met on that cruise.
Oh, okay.
And we had a table for two, and they just happened to have the table next to us.
Yeah.
We started chatting and never stopped.
Neat.
And so they have a small farm in Indiana.
Okay.
And so we're going to actually park our RV on their property and
so they're not a
hang out with them
Boondocker or
for a while.
anything. They're just good friends.
No, yeah, they're not part of the Boondockers Welcome organization.
We'll still allow you to see
but
them.
Yeah. They do have a RV of their own, a travel trailer, and so they have that in common, and a lot of shared experiences and stuff. So it was sort of interesting. So we, on the way out, we met them at a state park in Indiana. That was kind of along our route, and they drove down, met us there. We spent a couple of nights camping together on the way out.
Sure.
And then on the way back, we're gonna stay at on their property and
Very cool.
hang out for a couple more days, and
that's neat.
and then go home.
What a neat. Now it wasn't through RVing per se that you met them.
No.
But it's just
It was on that cruise.
it's
It
on
was,
the cruise.
yeah,
But
yeah.
How fun is that?
Yeah, no.
There's so many friends and relationships that are made through traveling that it's just neat to see. So we had a couple stay with us that were hosts, and we started talking about some of the people that had stayed with us, and we were describing one guy that was a ship captain and had a friend come along with him, and We hosted them.
They-
So, yeah.
I
so-
bet, I bet that happens. I mean,
Yeah.
it becomes, a relatively small community at some
It
point,
does,
you know?
yeah. Yeah, they need to have a big bash for all us hosts.
They
So,
should.
They should.
They should, you
Have you
know?
thought about opening up your property for a harvest house or anything?
The thought has gone through my mind, but for a number of reasons, it probably would be
Mm-hmm.
problematic to do it. The city,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, right now we park our camper in the back parking lot,
Yeah.
which, according to city rules, it's supposed to be done in a way that it can't be seen from the street. Now, our building is on an intersection of two streets, so we have two sides
Oh,
that
yeah.
are exposed.
Yeah.
The building shields that side, but this side doesn't, and so they're not making us think about it.
Yeah.
The only time they would make us think about it would be as if a neighbor complained. On the other hand, our across the street neighbor has a camper parked in his side lot, so I
Yeah.
don't think he's going to complain.
No.
But if I had, campers coming in and out, I think that would.
That might be it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of wondered if any of our neighbors would be uptight. We haven't had any problems at all. So,
Yeah.
Anyway, well, that's good.
Well, you have kind of a nice setup in that people can kind of pull into the back and
Yeah.
essentially it's very low key and doesn't
Yeah.
attract attention. People driving by don't see anything.
Right. Yeah.
It's not like you have people coming in and out all hours of the night.
True.
You don't look like a drug dealer or anything like that, right?
Yeah. Just an RV dealer. Could be worse, I think. Oh, I love it. So, well, one last, I want to, you went to the Homestead National Monument today.
Yeah.
So, for anybody that's interested in that type of a thing, was it worth the time?
Oh yeah, it was definitely worth going to.
Okay.
It was
So what is it, about a 40-minute drive, 30-minute drive?
about 40 minutes from here.
Okay.
About 40 minutes, but a very easy drive.
Uh-huh.
The museum they have there basically helps you to understand the Homesteading Act
Mm-hmm.
and the whole the big picture of when land was being given out to homesteaders,
Sure.
so long as they would build a house,
Mhm.
plant crops, and they had to be able to do that for 5 years in order to keep the property
And keep the RV hidden, right?
and keep the RV hidden. But what they were also, and so it sounds like, this great thing where the country is expanding and manifest destiny and that kind of thing. But the part that I believe in a very sensitive way and in a very candid way that they explained was, this was not empty land.
Mm-hmm.
This was inhabited by Native Americans. They
Sure.
had lived there for hundreds, if not maybe thousands of years, hundreds of years at least, hundreds and hundreds of years.
Yeah.
They were there way before,
Mm-hmm.
Christopher Columbus,
Yeah.
came here.
Mhm.
And their approach to the land was that the land did not belong to any particular person. The land was there to be used, to live off of,
Mm-hmm.
but it wasn't like a single person owned it.
Right.
And the whole thing behind the Homesteading Act was the land was now being assigned as being owned by particular people,
Mm-hmm.
and the way the Native Americans was treated was just wrong. It was one of the blemishes of our country.
Right. Yeah.
But it really, they did I thought a wonderful job of explaining those two aspects,
Sure.
of the homesteading period.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Things that I wasn't aware of,
Mm-hmm.
before this.
Okay.
So yes, I would say it's definitely worth going to.
Okay. Very good.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to. That's one of the things I keep needing to do.
Yeah.
So we were actually had to go down that direction to pick up some we had purchased some beef and had to go down that way and get it, but we weren't quite that far.
Yeah.
Thought about jumping
Well,
in.
if you have, if you have time, go down and they have at least two main buildings, but the real main building is the new visitor center, which is called the Heritage Center. And if you put in, Homestead National Historical Park or Monument, I forget exactly the words, but the GPS will take you right to that main building.
Okay.
But they have also an educational building that apparently has some displays of farm equipment that was used in that period of time. We didn't go to the education building because they had some of that equipment at the Heritage Center,
Oh, okay.
and we felt like we'd
You've been there, done that.
yeah
For
yeah
now.
and
For now, yeah.
but yeah, I would definitely say it's worth going to.
I want to say I read something like they have one of the first tractors that was used in Nebraska there, maybe, or something like that. I can't remember. I probably
That
have
could
that
be.
wrong. So it was just recently they acquired this machine. I think. I could
I
be wrong.
remember, I can't remember if they had the first tractor, but I remember reading about it. I remember seeing information about it. I think
Okay.
they did, yeah.
Okay, interesting. So anyway, well, neat. Yeah, so I'm glad you had a chance to do that. And there's quite a bit around Lincoln to do. There's some very interesting things with UNL and so forth. We've got a tractor museum here in town if you like tractors.
Okay.
We've had people stay for just about everything. We've got one of the best car racing museums here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I read
So,
about that.
Speedway Motors. So yeah, if you're into racing and stuff like that. So anyway, enough on the city. But anything else you wanted to show, or anything else I wanted you to show? I was the one asking you. So shall we call it a wrap for the night?
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you want to look through the cards again?
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that
yeah.
in just a minute, and I'll take some pictures
Sure,
after I shut
sure.
the video camera off. But I'm so glad you guys came back again. This is number 4 or 5 for you guys. I think.
Yeah, I
So-
can't remember which, but it's in that neighborhood.
When we start getting your mail at our house,
Yeah.
it's getting serious.
Hey, you'll get Amazon packages being delivered for us,
But that might be all right. Yeah. Intertwined with all the ones that we get for ourselves.
It depends if it's something that you want, right?
Yeah, exactly. Well, thanks for coming back and staying with us, and we'll sign off on the video segment, and we'll call it good for tonight, and we'll catch up next time again. So good to have you guys back.
Well, thank you.
Thank
It was great being here.
Good deal.